We're going to talk here about the concept of what we call a constant multiplier. The constant multiplier will have a direct effect on all of the y-coordinates of a polynomial function, but it will not affect the x-coordinates. Here are two functions, f of x and g of x. We can see that f of x and g of x have exactly the same factors, x minus 1, x minus 2, x plus 2. But g of x has a constant multiplier out in front, which is a 3, while f of x has a constant multiplier of 1. Even though we can't see the 1, it's still there. So we can say here that the graphs of f and g have the exact same x-intercepts. Keep in mind that those x-intercepts are directly found by taking each of these factors and setting them equal to 0. So the x-intercepts are going to be at positive 1, 0, positive 2, 0, and negative 2, 0. Same with g. But the y-coordinates, the outputs, are going to be 3 times the value of the f-coordinates for function g. Function g, since it has a constant multiplier of 3, will have y-coordinates that are 3 times the value of f. So here's the rule. A constant multiplier of a, we're just going to call this value a, will not affect any of the x-coordinates, but it will multiply all of the y-coordinates by the value of a. So here are the graphs of f and g, right here. The value of a for g is 3, and we can see that the blue function, which is g, is stretched by a factor of 3, vertically stretched. In other words, if a has a relative maximum at about 6, then g is going to have a relative maximum at about 18. 18 is 3 times 6. If f, in red, has a relative minimum at negative 0.879, g is going to have a relative minimum at 3 times negative 0.879, which is about negative 2.6. But and then also look at the y-intercept. The y-intercept of f is 4. The y-intercept of g is 12, 3 times the function of f. Now, as we look at these graphs, also notice that both graphs, f and g, have the exact same x-intercepts. So let's go back to our point. The constant multiplier only affects the y-coordinates of a graph. It multiplies them by that value, but it does not affect the x-coordinates.